Okay, Coach, thank you. We are about 4,300 miles away from you there in Orlando as we come to you from the European home of the NFL, London, England. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the London Monarchs. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
No, check, Patriot! All right, here we go.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a cornerback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets.
Here we go.
But oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. It makes it a little bit tougher.
And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. No gain on the play there. Second down. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Here we go. White 90.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3.
Tight end's right. Let's go. Red 38. Flex round.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. Look at the spin.
Balance.
David Johnson on his way. And touchdown! David Johnson, an 80-yard touchdown. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
Butker now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage. Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Hey, number 8's coming. Number 8's coming. Let's go. Red 38.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. A dump off to Elliott. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Here we go. Red 38. Red 38. Switch.
They'll look to throw here on first down. It's caught. Stills right side. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
A good pickup there, a 22.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Flex round. Come on, let's go. White 90. White 90. Flex round. Flex round.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. Come on, let's go. What?
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Come on, let's go. Red 38. Red 38. Hut.
They'll look to throw. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Here we go. White 90. White 90.
Back to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Gerald Everett hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Prater for the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be over.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Dumping it off for Johnson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Nice little nifty play for them there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody covered. Oh, he just snuck out there, and he's got nice stretch down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Black 99 Philly, here we go. Here we go now. Green 39, green 39.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin as it's London football to begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Take 4, take 4. Gun, 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 gun.
Back to throw here. And the pressure gets to him again. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
Pulled in at the 24. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there and handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Ohio! 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 Ohio!
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. On the left side, this is Stills. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 23 yards on the play. This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down.
Come on, let's go! What? 90!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Red 38. Flex round! Flex round!
He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
And on 3rd and 3, they decided to go with a dime package.
Yeah.
6 DBs.
Yeah, you're right. They've got 6 out there.
Come on, let's go! White 90! White 90! Flex round! Flex round!
They'll look to throw here. And this is caught. It's Edelman. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
At Kent State, right?
Yes, a great leader, a guy who can make plays with his feet and his arm. Got to the NFL and had to convert into being a receiver and was drafted that way. And that conversion, oh boy, it's been good.
He'll get it up the middle. And he stopped immediately there. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Flex round! Flex
They
round!
come out here in the eye.
No! Off! Hot!
They'll try to run it in for Elliott. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal.
Here we go! White 90! White 90!
Here's Elliott. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Packers are able to cash in for 6. Extra point good by Prater. And that makes the score 14-7.
Touchdown.
Here's Prater now set to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Now this offense about ready to take over again. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He finds Randall Cobb on the completion. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
You got 3 down, 3 down.
Hurry up! He'll look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So 1:55 to go in the first half. Back to more NFL action on EA Sports after this. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Tight on this side, boys. Tight on the left. Tight on the left. Move.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Let's go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And Stills over the middle. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A very solid gain of 27.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Come on, let's go. Red 38. Red 38. Switch.
Back to throw now on 1st down. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
Flex round. Flex round. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Ohio.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jaleel Adai. And he is going to be stopped on the return at his own 3-yard line. He was looking that time for Stills.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Hurry up, here we go. 3:19.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get
To the left side here for Eifert. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he'll be out right at the 35. A gain of 32 that time.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
single receiver. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Come on now. Crash down, crash.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Detroit! Tight end to the right, boys. Tight end to the right. Move. We got 4.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And for the 3rd time here this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Vontae Davis. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go. Red 38.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters, as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll set up to throw. On the crossing route, complete. It's Lee. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and the nose of the football.
Come on, let's go! Red 38!
They'll drop to throw. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Come on, let's go!
They go play action here on 1st down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looked like a Packer. Yeah, a Packer was able to get this back, and they'll indeed keep possession.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Going up top. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Julian Edelman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, you know, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football and not take the sack. When to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you don't fumble the football. So many things that he has to learn. This game starts the process.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Then his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Robert Alford. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Prater for the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And now back out comes the offense. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, so hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and he passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. And a guy that can change the game shows you a glimpse of it right there, taking the ball down inside the red zone.
It just tells you how tough it is for a defense. You just hold on all game and essentially hold your breath. Will they break a big one on us at any point during the game? It just happened right there.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
Detroit! Detroit!
Back to throw. That's complete right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be fourth down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as they'll go for it on fourth down.
Gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
He'll drop to throw. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They opt to go for it, and they get it. First and goal after a pickup of 5.
4 down.
They'll run it with Johnson. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Another shot from the 1 on second and goal.
Watch you now, Barney. Hey, watch Sam. Check Mike.
They'll try to run with Breida. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. No, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up, loose football. But it looked like a Packer. Yeah, a Packer was able to get this back, and they'll indeed keep possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go!
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts this down to a 3rd and about 5.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's the guy they want to see consistently. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. Now here's a timeout coming on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And here now the offense heading back out there. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But, you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He gets it left side to Johnson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13. They'll set up a throw. And Eifert has it. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25.
Detroit!
15 yards through the air and a 1st down. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Gun! Set! Green 39! Green 39! Watch it now, Barney! Hey! Detroit! Gun! Detroit!
Again, he'll drop to throw. To the left side here for Eifert. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation,
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. Nice footwork at the 25. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Now Elliott. And able to push his way forward here for a good little game. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up second and goal. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over. An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Ezekiel Elliott, his second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. Now this offense ready to head back out there. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, another offensive player quick to react, and they will indeed retain possession. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Green Bay,